Muscle training is all about progressive overload, about challenging our muscle with increasing stimulus to force its adaptation. And if you think training muscle has nothing to do with you personally, then in half a minute, your opinion will flip 180 degrees. No matter if you're a beginner or a gym enthusiast, these 10 principles are the unshakable foundation of effective resistance training. Number 1. Muscle is vital. We're not talking about aesthetics here. Functional lean muscle is a critical organ for health and longevity. Its cultivation directly correlates with reduced all-cause mortality and lower risk of neurodegenerative disease like Alzheimer's. It profoundly improves mood, sharpens cognitive function, and dials into our insulin sensitivity. Muscle also releases myokines like interleukin-6 that are anti-inflammatory. So it isn't just something nice to have, it's a fundamental pillar of health. Each and every one of us must grow muscle. And we can do that at any age. The sooner we start, the better, but even if we are 50, 60 or 70 and never trained before, we just go for it and reap the benefit. Number 2. Sets and reps for optimal growth. The load and repetition scheme we choose dictates the muscle adaptation. Lifting the weight so heavy that we can only manage 1 to 5 reps per set primarily builds maximal strength and neural drive, not hypertrophy. Pushing at 15 plus reps per set veers more into muscular endurance, not hypertrophy. For hypertrophy, the sweet spot is 5 to 15 reps per set. So if we're aiming muscle growth, that is hypertrophy, we choose the weight that challenges us to complete 6 to 12 high-quality repetitions per set and aim 3 to 4 hard-working sets per muscle group per training session to maximize muscle growth stimulus. Number 3. Frequency and volume. Train each major muscle group 1 to 3 times per week with a sweet spot of twice a week and aim 10 plus sets per muscle group per week. Also remember that muscle grows during its repair, not demolition, so we must ensure 48 to 72 hours of recovery between training sessions for the same muscle group. Number 4. Major muscle groups. We can count 5, 6, 7 or even more depending on the classification we use. But in my reading, it's most practical to recognize 6 major muscle groups: chest, back, arms, shoulders, legs, and core, and balance our training schedule to hit each of these at least once per week. Number 5. Train near failure. Strength training is not just about moving weight. It's about loading the muscle with sufficient stimulus to promote its adaptation and growth. This means practically taking our sets close to muscular failure. What is failure? Imagine you're doing a set of bicep curls. You have performed 9 reps and clearly realize that rep number 10 will not be possible with the correct form. It will fall apart because of tired muscle, tired CNS, or both. Attempting to do 10 reps in that set would be training to failure. Doing just 8 or 9 would be trained to near failure, with 1 or 2 reps in reserve correspondingly. For optimal muscle hypertrophy, conclude most of your working sets leaving just 1 to 2 reps in reserve. This way we provide a potent growth stimulus while avoiding excessive fatigue and reducing the risk of injury. Number 6. Rest between sets. Insufficient rest does not allow to replenish muscle ATP and clear metabolic byproducts, and thus it may compromise our performance in subsequent sets. Rest for 90 to 120 seconds between the sets to perform the next set with sufficient intensity and volume. Number 7. Pack your workout with compound exercises and supersets. Compound exercises are the ones that engage several muscles and joints at once and thus make a training session more time efficient. If you opt for pull-ups or lat pull-downs instead of just bicep curls, you will not only target your biceps but also lats and core muscles more effectively. You pretty much get 3 for the price of 1. Isolation exercises have their uses, for example to work a specific muscle in more accentuated fashion for rehab from injury or with muscle imbalances, but if you're short of time or a beginner, compound exercises are your choice. Supersets, which means pairing exercises for different muscle groups back to back with minimal rest in between, increase workout density and provide more aerobic stimulus, which means more cardio component in your strength training session. For example, instead of just doing a set targeting your back muscles, you follow by the set targeting your chest or legs straight away. This will save time and increase overall training volume and metabolic stress. Check out my video on supersets for more detail. Number 8. Fuel and building blocks. Muscle growth demands supportive nutritional environment. And that means 3 components: slight caloric surplus, which provides energy for tissue repair and growth, sufficient amount of protein like 2.2 grams per kilo of body weight per day spread evenly across your meals, and at least 2.2 or better 3 grams of amino acid leucine per meal as a part of that protein to trigger muscle protein synthesis. Number 9. Never skip warm-up. We should spend at least 10 to 15 minutes on diligent multi-joint warm-up and dynamic stretching to prepare our muscles, tendons and joints for the upcoming weight load. In addition, we can throw in 5 to 10 minutes of light aerobic activity on a bike, rower, treadmill or just some brisk walk to get our heart rate to around 120-130. And of course, we should not forget cool down with some static stretching at the end of our training session. Number 10. Recover and deload. We must recover not only our muscles that repair and grow during rest and especially sleep, but also our tendons, joints, central nervous system, and hormonal system. In this instance, quality sleep is essential and no-brainer. But even if we sleep well, after hitting gym or home gym real hard, we cannot recover to 100% before our next training session. We recover to about 95% at best. And this means that by week 7 or 8 of training a muscle group twice a week, its recovery will sum up to only about 50%. This is called cumulative fatigue, and it not only increases the risk of overtraining and injury, but can also blunt our muscle response to workout stimulus, making training less or completely ineffective. Solution: planned deload. Every 6 to 8 weeks of consistent hard training, we take a planned 1-week deload when we either train light or don't train at all. And every 1 year, we schedule a chunky 2-week deload. This way, we achieve full physiological and psychological recuperation and prime up for even better gains and sustained progress. There we have it, 10 basics of intelligent, effective resistance training. Grow muscle, be healthy, live longer.